Hello traders, John at StockBookie.com. Today we're going to look at the SPY, the IWM, the Qs, the DIA, the IYT, and the USO. We follow daily, weekly, monthly time frames. We use technical analysis here at StockBookie.com. So let's get right into the SPY on the daily chart. Same thing. Month, jobs report. Month, consolidation, jobs report. We had a little bit of follow through, but on 49 million shares, not convinced. We are a day after the Labor Day weekend, so you still have a lot of people on vacation. So we'll see if the volume picks up towards the end of the week and see if what this market can do. I want more conviction to the upside. I want to close above 220. Then I think we could get to 223, 225. If you're up in that area, you definitely want to short. If you're short already, make sure you have some left in the tank to short up there. You don't want to miss this move when this thing starts to move down. Weekly chart, still making an umbrella top. Going up on no volume, just chopping around, chopping around, chopping around. You know, it's just the same stuff over and over and over. Just like in here, we went up, we chopped around, then dumped. Went straight up, chopped around, dumped. Went straight up, chopped around, dumped, shot it back up, chopping around at the all-time highs. A lot of time these pattern, it is slightly bullish. We are above the MAs. We are consolidating in a bullish manner, but I'd still like to see a wedge with 20 moving up in the price and then slingshotting this thing on more volume. We're not going to get that. So right now, if you're bullish, you want to get above 220. If you're bearish, you want to close below 215 or so. Monthly chart, same thing. We never closed above this big inside bar. We had a little bit of a doji. Let's see if we can get above or below this, and then we'll reevaluate these charts at the end of the month, see where this thing could possibly go. Let's get into the IWM. IWM. Oops, come on, you can do it. Okay, we're above that 123.43. We're attacking the 125 area. Man, they keep grinding this thing up. It's unbelievable. Let's get into the daily chart. They did pop it up. Some follow through on the jobs report, but it's just not. I want to see some conviction. Look, I mean, look at the volume. We're 13 million today. I think half of what we did on Friday. It's pathetic. How can't you float these markets up? I can't even comment on this. So we're above the 123.57 area. We've been talking about this one for weeks. Let's see if we confirm above it. Then I believe we could go to this breakdown bar around 125.71, then possibly fill the gap up here and continue to the all-time high, which is around 129.06 or so. But again, IWM lagging. This should be leading, but they're trying. They're trying to get this one to catch up with the S&P, and then they'll be like, oh, the IWM's leading, but then you watch the S&P start to slide, and then if this one starts to slide, look out. Weekly chart again, just chopping around, volumes getting light. We'll see what happens this week if we close above this high or if we get back below here and start possibly making our way down. Right now, we're just in a neutral stance, a little more on the bullish side, but again, moving up on volume, it should have this thing should be ripping right now. Monthly chart. Coming up into this trend line up in here, I still want to see a close above this candle here and a close above, let's see here, like 126, 127 up into this area, and then possibly make an attack for the all-time high. But we got to get through these levels first. Again, the IWM is lagging where it should be leading. Not good for the markets. DIA, oh no, actually, let's go to Qs. Qs had a nice little push up on the daily. This one was actually chopping around in a bearish pattern. They popped it above the 750 and the 20 MA, holding it up here now, but we're back into these tops as well. The 750 retrace, I want to see it getting back up to 118.78. Then I believe we could go to the 120. If you're bullish, you're looking for a capture above the 118.78. I'd like to see it capture the 120, confirm, and then possibly keep going. If it doesn't, then we're looking for a close below the 20, and then I think we're going to fast track down, you know, to at least the 200 moving average, possibly maybe lower. The weekly chart. Weekly chart's not bad. Still have a bullish consolidation. We're above the MAs. We're a little bit stretched from here. These are trying to catch up the price. If this actually gets up here and curls in the price, that should set this thing off. If it does not, we are going down. So right now, bullish pattern, couple little dojis, still holding it up, light volume, same old story, different week. Monthly, they did close above this big green candle. I want to see some conviction at this end of the month. I want to see it close above this green candle here, or this wick, you know, at the 118.78. I'd still like to see it close on a monthly basis above 120 to continue going up in these markets. The DIA, let's see what this one did. This one never closed above this big green candle, but it did close above the highs. We did have a little bit of a doji. It is trying to make a move back to the all-time highs. Let's go to the daily. We are actually above the 20 MA again. Yeah, this was looking a little bit weak. It was chopping around in a bearish manner. Jobs report still can go through, but I want to see it close above this spinner or doji around 185.40. If we get above that, we should attack this one, 185.60, and ultimately get it back this above this little pivot into the gap fill around 186.30. Then we'll see how this one reacts at there. If it starts to go down, you're looking to recapture this 50 MA and then get below it, and then we should continue down to the 200 MA, possibly lower. But we'll take it each step at a time. If you're bull, you want to get above this high. If you're bear, you want to get below the 50 MA. Let's go to the weekly. Weekly still chopping around, bear or a bull pattern. Had a little inside bar bear pattern here, but well, actually still a little bit, but still bullish overall. We went 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 weeks consolidating. This thing needs to start taking off soon. 8 weeks of consolidation. If this pattern fails, we are fast tracking down. To be a bull, we need to get above the all-time high, 186.87. And then, you know, I want to say we got to get back above, you know, we got to go to the all-time high, which is 190 or so, the even number. Around that, then I'll rethink my shorts and possibly stop out, or we'll reevaluate as time goes by. Each day on the daily gives us a new piece of the puzzle, and still I want to see this thing stay above the 20 MA on the daily. Monthly chart, same thing. We got above, made a doji, trying to make a move for the highs. If this doesn't, we need to close below the 182.19, and I think we're on to at least a 175.75, and possibly gap fill right in here, 164.90, and then the 50 MA. So if you're a bull, you want to get above the all-time high. If you're bear, you want to see it get to here, and then possibly the 50 MA. Let's go to the monthly, or that was the monthly. Let's go to the IYT. This one is trying, let me tell you, giving it everything. What was it up? It was 79.52, 79, no, where's the closing price on this thing? 79.52, I believe. So 79.52, still trying to get above the 8,000 level. Let me tell you, it's trying. We actually recaptured the 142.99 by 8 cents, 9 cents. So that is slightly bullish. We still are above the MAs. So I believe this thing can attack the high of Friday and then possibly go to 144.41 up in this pivot. If it gets there, we'll see how it reacts. But at this point, it's bullish. You know what? But the one thing that stops me from doing anything long is that it's as a leader, we should be at 170 right now, 175. It's just lagging. But let me tell you, weekly basis, this is a great pattern. If you are bullish, you want to recapture the 145, 146 area, then I think we could go to the 150, and I think we'll have some problems up in here. Got a lot of overhead resistance coming up. If you are bearish, you want to recapture these two guys here, the 20 and the 50, and get below this Fibonacci level at 138.24. Then I think we could come down in here at 133, then possibly come into this lower level at 130, 131. But this is a nice bullish pattern, inside bar. They are protecting it, keeping it above the MAs. But then again, the light volume is helping the matter. If volume picks up, expect this thing to dump. Monthly chart, they are trying to recapture the 50. We talked about this thing curling down in the price. Let's see if it holds it. You also have the 143.60 area. We are still below that. So that's what we're looking at getting above, the 20 MA and the 146 or 143.60. We get above that, then we're going for these tops here around 146, and ultimately, like I said, the 150, 151 area. Then you can look at possibly covering some, or at least tightening your stop on the long side. As a bear, you're looking at getting below this pivot at 136.70, and then coming into this this nice trend line coming up, sloping up, and then the 50 MA right below it. And you also have around 132.82 some support. And then, of course, double bottom down in here, 126.23. But again, this is a lagging indicator. It is slightly bullish. This thing could possibly move up. This is a monthly chart, so we'll have another couple weeks until this thing closes. But September should be interesting for us. Let's get into the USO. Pretty much the same stuff, guys. You know, USO was up 15 cents, 1.46%. Oil was up just a little bit, nothing special. Let's get to the daily. Daily, we had a bounce. We talked about this area down in here. We pulled back off this high. Nice bearish inside bar. Boom, breaks down. 3 bars down, catches a bounce. We did come into this area. Not the best. Let's see on the weekly. Let's look on the weekly. Weekly a little bit better. If you take the fib from here to here, we went to the 750 retrace, but it was a great short. Boom, right to the 50, came back in, nice follow through. Now we're looking for an inside bar. We'll see if these things can curl, see if the 50 can curl over the 20 and come into price in the next week or so. Then I believe this thing can get sent down. Monthly chart. Monthly chart, still you have this sideways pattern. You have an inside bar bearish. Everything is bearish on this chart, even below the 50 and the 20 MA. Until it gets above this area around about 14 bucks or so, this thing's bearish. We might have a couple retraces, chop around up and down until it recaptures this 20 and starts to get ripping, which it could. You never know. It is the USO, and it is controlled by grandma and the dollar and whatever else they're doing to manipulate these markets. But we're looking for a retrace back into this area on the daily. That would be gap fill around 1073. If it gets back up into here or even makes a shot for 11 bucks, you could possibly get in this and short again. I want to see if this thing goes straight up and then comes back, or if it dribbles up, then we'll see how it goes. But if this comes down and goes sideways in a bearish consolidation under the moving averages, these will curl down into price and should send this one lower. All right, guys, that's it for today. A little bit beat up. Light volume day again. Markets flowed up. The one thing that caught my eye was the IWM. It was negative most of the days, which is the Russell, or most of today. And then at the very end, they caught a bit and got it 12 cents up. Still a little bit weak, in my opinion. We'll see where that goes in the next couple days. All right, guys, thanks for watching my videos. If you have any questions or comments, send it to me at stockbookie@gmail.com. Thanks for watching. God bless. See you on the charts.